Council. Joining us now on the program is the new Chief of Police in Keego Harbor, Chief Robert Barnes. Chief, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, happy to have you on. Congratulations on the promotion at the Keego Harbor Police Department. And a long time coming to you. You've been at the department for 22 years. Take us through that moment for us at that city council meeting where this became official and you got sworn in, you got your badge, and became the chief of police.
That was just an incredible moment. I've had some proud moments in my life, graduating from the police academy, getting hired as a police officer, getting my first house, and this is definitely up there. It was an incredible sense of honor that the city put their faith in me, and the timing was perfect for this to happen. And it's hard to put into words, but I still have to pinch myself once in a while in between trying to get everything together here, and I'm so focused on getting things organized from the transition from Chief Fitzgerald. And so once in a while I get to sit back and go, hey, that's right, I'm chief now, or interim chief. So it's an incredible sense of responsibility as well.
And you've had 22 years of service in this department as a police officer, as a detective. How do you believe that long term of service in this city in particular has uniquely prepared you for taking over this position at this time?
Well, I would have to say that in the later years, especially when Chief Hurst came in here, I worked side by side with him quite a bit, and then Chief Fitzgerald came in, and I was doing a lot of the administrative aspect of it, things with the state, firearms training, taser, taser instructor, firearms instructor. Chief Hurst kind of nurtured my interest in investigations, and he was in SIU in Oakland County, and so I learned a lot from that aspect. I got connected with people in Oakland County, and then going to Fitzgerald, I worked side by side with him because I was already in place as doing a lot of the administrative stuff. So I got to see both their styles of leadership, which were totally different. Chief Hurst was very direct, and Chief Fitzgerald was very thought out about, resolving issues. And I was kind of like a sponge, just observing them through the years. And hey, it just worked out that I was able to, extract that information, and I still have lots to learn. I'm going to need to go through some supervisor courses,
Of course.
But here I am.
Yeah, and that is part of what was agreed upon with the city council as they appointed now Chief Barnes to his position. The interim title goes along with some training that comes over the next few months, as well as a review before that interim chief of police title may be removed and replaced with the permanent chief of police title. But joining us is the chief of the Keego Harbor Police Department, Robert Barnes, on today's edition of the Splash Live. You mentioned former Chief Kenneth Hurst, who was at that city council meeting as you were sworn in. He joined in over there, was there with you in the early portions of your career at the Keego Harbor Police Department. To have him there for that moment, what advice maybe did he give you as you moved up a position from detective, from officer in charge, to now being the man at the top of the food chain there in the Keego Harbor Police Department?
Yeah. News travels fast. He gave me a call and said he wanted to be there, and he told me, he said, just Chief Hurst always uses the word, stay the course, stay top shelf, and keep the guys happy. At least try.
You can keep up to date with the Keego Harbor Police Department on Facebook at Keego Police, as well as always online, KeegoHarbor.org. Chief, you've been with the department for 22 years, and it's one thing to be an officer for 22 years, to be in law enforcement for that amount of time, but it's even more unique, I'd imagine, when you're patrolling and you're protecting a small city and a close-knit city like Keego Harbor. What has kept you in this community for all these years?
Well, even before Keego Harbor, I had moved into this area just outside of Keego Harbor in Waterford in '96. So coming up to working for Keego Harbor, I kind of had a pulse on the community, and when I started, what kept me here was I was here during an important change at Keego. In the 2000s, it went from being a lot of rental lake houses, so to say, to being more upscale. So what kept me here was just believing that this place is going to get better and better, and it has. I mean, I call this home, and so do the guys, the officers. We're very protective of our residents and business owners, and it's that even when I was in the academy, I always wanted to be in that small town community policing type of atmosphere, that climate.
And you mentioned having that open dialogue, those close relationships with the people that you're patrolling, the people that you are ultimately protecting in Keego Harbor. And that really does go both ways. From the jump after this was announced at the recent City Council meeting, nothing but congratulations across Keego Harbor social media for you as you take over this position. And even before that, a glowing endorsement from people that have a lot of pull in the city and have a big influence in the city, like Gino Santia, who wrote a letter to the City Council acknowledging that he believed your service to this community, your experience in this community, was what made you the perfect candidate. How have you felt about the response from the city, from the people in Keego Harbor, with the enthusiasm for you taking over now as Chief of Police?
Well, I tell you, in regards to the letter, my wife goes, "Hey, honey, you got to read this." I read that, and I was, wow, that was incredible. And then I started seeing all the responses. It was incredibly, very humbling. Saying thank you just isn't enough. It was just having that kind of support, especially from the city and the city manager and business owners, was just amazing. It was incredible.
It takes a lot to manage a police department in a small city and be able to keep those close-knit relationships that make a special place like Keego Harbor continue to run moving forward. Chief Barnes, before we let you go, anything else, any other lasting messages for the city as you continue the early portions of your run as the new Chief of Police?
Just that once I get everything, the dust settles, so to say, that I'll be being a little more active on social media or Facebook and responding to some of these the responses that I've seen. I'll get more information. My ducks in a row over here, so to say.
And you'll be able to follow along on Facebook at Keego Police for more information, and you can always find more information, updates, and get in contact with the Keego Harbor Police Department at KeegoHarbor.org. Chief Barnes, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.